Hello and welcome back to another Harry Potter Wizards Unite video, and today we're going to go over the next set of Brilliant Event green books, restricted section books, whatever you want to call them, and where we should probably invest them into. And before I actually get into that, by the time you guys are watching this video, I'll probably be on a plane flying over to Denver first and then Indianapolis. So I should be landing in Indianapolis sometime noon today. So if you guys are at Indianapolis or something, I'm there like three days early, I think, before the Fan Fest. So if you guys, just want to come out, do some fortresses and stuff at sponsored fortresses, which we don't have in Canada, so that should be fun. Come over and hit me up. Let me know in the comments down below if you're in Indianapolis as well, and we could do some fortresses and then grind some god-awful red books. So anyways, back to the topic at hand. Let's talk about restricted second books. So today would be starting the fifth Brilliant Event that we've gotten so far. I think it's the fifth one. Let me see. Yeah, it should be the fifth batch from Back to Hogwarts Part 2. So with that, we got 15 more restricted second books. So I usually do these like the day after, but some folks said it would be good like a day later. So we're doing it today. Anyways, let's go into Magicologist first. I'll probably timestamp the professions. If I don't, you know what? I'll probably be on the plane. If someone would kindly timestamp the professions in the comments down below, that would be much appreciated. So anyways, let's go into Magicologist. So for Magicologist, I think it's the answers are quite simple. So for the first batch and second batch, you probably would have worked on getting Become the Beast, right? And you'll also have a bit left over for either a point in Improved Revive Charm or a point in Amplified Bravery Charm. So the first two batches, grab Become the Beast, right? That would be what everyone should be doing. And then also, you also get Trouble the Truckles here by unlocking the Stamina Charm Maxima. So after that, I guess some folks could have went for Amplified Bravery Charm to max this one out. I personally went for that. Some folks either went for that or a Bird in Hand. So these two are both good options, and of course you could do both. So you could do both of these, or like you could for the last two, after you get Become the Beast, your next two options would either be maxing out Bravery Charm or taking Bird in Hand. Or the other option would be taking Vile Creature. So it's either one of these three. So that should be nice, I guess. So aside from those, I guess there really isn't much more we need. So like after that, we just need a few more to max out Improved Revive Charm, for a few more to max out Stamina Charm, if anyone even wants to max out that thing. Like, skill's kind of bad. And then you got Form Quorum up there, Vile Creatures, or Spiders, or like any of these three down here in the triangle, whichever one you didn't go for. So for this batch, I think the best option is to either go for finish up Amplified Bravery Charm if you haven't already, or Bird in Hand if you haven't already, or take Vile Creatures if you haven't already. I've heard some folks say they don't want Vile Creature for some reason, and I don't really understand why, because Vile Creature is actually very, very strong. So, when you compare the damage, if you have Vile Creatures against Urklings, that's a 25 power increase, right? Against Urklings, with all the your boosts considered, you do way more damage against an Urkling than an Aura would do against a Dark Wizard or Death Eater. You do way more than an Aura in terms of damage, assuming the Aura doesn't crit. The Aura crit, then, that's a different story. But, Vile Creatures is an amazing skill to pick up, especially if you play in groups. This is a must-have because it's one of the two creatures that you're fighting, so half of the time you'll have this skill activated. And I've also seen some people talking about Forum Quorum. Personally, I'm gonna go for Forum Quorum, not because it's a better skill than Viable Creatures, just because I'm going for the memes for the 100% defense. But if you are going for 100% defense, you could also pick up Forum Quorum. By itself, standalone, it's a pretty crappy skill. 6% defense with 50% or greater stamina. Like, it's not terrible, but like, in comparison of the investments, it's better to take either, you know, a Bird in the Hand or Amplified Bravery Charm, or Vile Creatures, or even just pick up one of these just so you could get Dragon Lady to master, you know, that's what, yeah, I think it's 16% defense for just scrolls, right? And these don't need any red books at all. So Forum Quorum is also another option if you are going for 100% defense. If you have a professor friend who is going for maxing out Protection Charm. So that's also an option. But for Managologist, options are pretty limited here. You know, it's either one of these, whichever one you didn't go for the last 2 times, or Forum Quorum. Like, the other ones are not good options. I mean, if you really want the reason why I don't want people to do Revive Charm is, like, there's only like 10% left. So right now it's 90% on Revive. Like, 10% of an Aura's HP or Professor's HP really isn't too much. So it's good to have it at 100%, but it's not the best way to spend restricted second books, since after you spend it on that, you can't really buy any of these 15 scroll skills, right? And the other one people are talking about is Spiders. Like, Spiders is okay, but if you play with a Professor, which, and if they have 100% maxed out on their Protection Charm, you don't need Spiders. Spiders could get you 100% defense against Spiders, but like, if you play with a Professor, they give you 1 Protection Charm, and you already have 100% defense against everything, so this was basically becomes a totally irrelevant skill. So anyways, that's for Magologist. Now let's talk about auras. You guys finally have Dancing with the Dummies fixed. So for those of you who didn't already grab Dancing with the Dummies and or First Strike, grab one of these. If you haven't grabbed either of them yet, I would suggest going for Dancing with the Dummies first, because at least you're increasing that chance before like even increasing the damage, because you need to actually land a crit before you could, you know, do some more damage, right? So I would suggest Dancing with the Dummies before First Strike. If you're already taking these, then max out Confusion Hex. And for folks who already maxed out, like because they didn't go for the other stuff, max out Confusion Hex, max out Weakening Hex, I guess that's maybe another option. And then you could take Dancing with the Dummies and First Strike. You should have enough books to take a max Weakening Hex, a max Confusion Hex, Dancing with the Dummies, and also a First Strike. But if you didn't actually go full on Weakening Hex, if you only took 1 Weakening Hex just to unlock, if you only took one of this one Weakening Hex maximum just to unlock the Confusion Hex, repetition this one, and then you max out your Confusion Hex, you grab Dancing with the Dummies and grab First Strike, I'm pretty sure you also have enough red books to unlock another 15 books skill, not red books, green books to unlock another 15 book skill, which is perfect because you could pick up the Trick with Death Eaters. This one's a fantastic skill as well. It's 25% precision versus Death Eaters, especially if you're in a group. This is great. Like, if you're fighting Death Eaters, a max HP Death Eaters, like, what even is your precision chance? Like 20%, that's what, 60% plus your, like, it's almost 100% precision against Death Eaters on the First Strike. And especially if you also have First Strike as well, and you have a decent amount of crit power, that's going to be a devastating blow to Death Eaters, especially since Death Eaters are decently tanky and annoying to deal with anyways. So anyways, yeah, Aura should be a really easy choice. The best route would be not maxing out Weakening Hex, only taking 1 Weakening Hex, just so you can max out Confusion Hex over here, and then spending the rest into Dancing with the Dummies, First Strike, and then also going for Trick with Death Eaters, if you have enough. So, that's for you guys, and then moving on to Professors. Professors is a sad story. Deterioration Hex got nerfed. Most folks, or most professors, probably already maxed out Deterioration Hex, so that's kind of sad, which means you guys probably don't have too much space to work with a lot of other stuff. So most professors probably already maxed out Deterioration Hex, and then also took Confidence, right, just to unlock that initial focus. And also confidence, which isn't a terrible skill, but you know, it's not really worth 15 bucks picking up. But then again, you know, it's for 100% defense, so you'll have to pick it up sooner or later. So it's just for the initial focus. So if you haven't got confidence yet for some reason, pick it up. And other than that, I guess just try your best with the remaining books that you have this time around. What is it, 15, right? Try your best maxing out the proficiency charm. And for those of you who haven't unlocked any of the other charms, like just at least throw one book into enhanced protection charm so you can unlock the problem solving defense breach over here, and maybe throw another one into here just so you can unlock pixies, so whenever you want to take pixies, which pixies isn't a terrible skill as well. If you're playing solo, it's a irrelevant skill if you're playing with an aura, but if you're playing solo, you could probably take up pesky pixies. And same for Full Moon Hunter, defense breach versus werewolves. If you're playing solo or duo with another professor or magicologist, it's a great pickup. If you're playing with an aura, completely useless. But if you're solo or with a Magizu or another professor, this is a great pickup as well. This one is okay-ish. It's just really hard to get. Like a lot of these skills, these are more I wouldn't pick them up too early. Like they're don't get me wrong, they're not terrible skills. You could get 100% defense with this, but first of all, you have to max out protection charm, right? And then all the damage boost is obviously great, but it's just not worth picking up at the moment. And for folks who play solo, it's like literally like a lot of, like half of them are like useless because you need teammates to actually activate these. So just try your best working on proficiency charm if you haven't maxed it out already, and also just take this as well, this one protection charm. Unless you want to go for max defense, then just go for all the protection charms and just pick up the proficiency power charms that do actually lock stuff, like this one. Pick this one up so you could gain access to Dementors. Maybe pick this one up so you could maybe gain access to this one in the future, since, you know, proficiency charm's not a terrible pickup anyways. Like unless you're like playing solo, if you're playing solo, enhanced protection charm might be a bit better, and if you're playing with a group, proficiency charm is obviously the way to go here. So anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys are going for your professions down below. With this set of green books, I'm personally going for Forum Quorum, even though Vile Creatures is probably a better skill, but I just want to get max defense, just so I could take 0 damage in challenges and save potions. Not that I use any potions at the moment, or any healing potions, but you know, it's just fun. It's for the memes. So anyways, again, thank you guys for watching. Also, hit me up in Indiana if you're around. Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck grinding those green books. And yeah, like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel for more Wizards Unite content. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one, which will be a video in Indiana, maybe, hopefully, I don't know.